Hello, everyone, once again, who I greeted or not. I'm really happy to be here since it was quite a while since I was, hosting a webinar. And as some of you can tell, especially partners of ours from Europe, that today's webinar time is not standard. And that is not a mistake. It's done on purpose. Today's webinar is more for our North and South America partners to get them familiar with Teltonika Networks RMS, since sometimes due to that big time difference, we are not always able to cover whole world. And today we wanted to share our knowledge with, other side of Atlantic Ocean and show what RMS can bring, what benefits RMS can bring to their business. But of course, I'm a bit, rude and I forgot my manners. First of all, allow me to introduce myself. I am Tomas Mikolaitis, an RMS product owner. A bit about myself I want to tell. So Teltonika Networks, I personally joined 5 years ago and began my journey here as a technical support engineer. During this time, I was able to enhance my technical knowledge about Teltonika network devices and especially how networking works. When I received an opportunity internally to jump into this position, I already had a strong technical background, which allowed me to focus more on RMS and perfecting my knowledge about our platform, which at the later stages, combined with my knowledge from technical support and RMS, I was able fully understand platform potential in combination with our devices, our software, and showing how they combine can give solutions beyond just simple box installed in a cabinet. Today, I will be sharing my knowledge with you about RMS, and I hope I will simplify the learning curves for those who have not already yet seen or tried RMS. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the webinar's Q&A section, and I will do my best to cover them at the end. And of course, if we'll run out of time or questions, all this information, all the answers, all the questions will be covered with the webinar's recording in Teltonika Networks website. So let's begin with RMS. And of course, in my opinion, there is nothing better. There's no better way, in presenting a solution, a platform, than sharing with you a real life use case. Today, Teltonika Networks RMS counts 7+ years of constant development and our dedication in the mission of bringing better solution by listening our partners' suggestions and ideas. One of the best examples of such synergy between Teltonika Networks and our partners is the case where by working together, we managed to improve and reduce time required to maintain the solution more than 2 orders of magnitude comparing with initial approach. This was possible by simply moving all repetitive and tedious tasks to cloud without compromising solution security. And for someone, you might ask how it was done. And I want to share this knowledge with you today. Of course, when we are talking about improvement in such scale, in 2 orders of magnitude, we must have a fleet of devices. And in this specific case, our partner initially had 2,000 Route 955 cellular routers, which were distributed all around the country they were based on. And since this partner is working in the digital slot machines industry, they have very strict secure policies, where one of them is a mandatory periodic password change for every single communication device in their fleet. And in this specific case, such changes for individual device must be done every 2 months. And from here comes the problem. At the beginning, when we start working with the partners of ours, they were doing whole process manually without any automation. What it means? To put it simpler, a support engineer had manually create secure communication tunnel, establish remote access, log into device, and only then change the password. Just by reading me whole sentence, all these tasks, it looks quite a tedious work. So try imagine what it takes for that one or few engineers who have to do this day by day to change the password of device. And this is when to start has to be done one by one with each individual device. Cannot, streamline the process without any automation. And such approach comes with penalties, with disadvantages. First and foremost, it's time. If we do the math, and I already did for you, to perform such tasks for a whole fleet of 2,000 routers, it takes around 8 work weeks for a single person to complete it, from first router to last one. But this is only true with one assumption. If everything goes as expected. And let's be realistic, it never does. There will be always down device. There will be always device which refuses to work or refuses to establish connection. On top of the huge time consumption comes other problems, which is high mistake probability. Since a person doing these changes by hand, it's really likely to have a mistype. Single symbol can be mistyped and lock device forever. And from that point, when you make such mistake, the only way to recover it will be to travel on site and perform factory reset, disrupting the service, spending even more time and money to return the machine back online. And at this point, I'm not even taking into account other costs, like offline devices you might have to get up, expired certificates for secure communication, misconfigured devices, and many other parts, which is moving more from ideal situation. So what was the solution? In fact, it was very simple, very elegant solution. By working together, we managed to introduce new tool into RMS. the password manager. The single tool, which is now available for everyone. Every single RMS user is allowed to use this tool, enabled partner to move all the hard work and tedious tasks from the engineers to RMS. And on top of that, the automated whole process. With introduction of this single tool, the partner managed to reduce time required for password changing from 8 work weeks to a single hour. By working together and looking into this problem from different perspectives, we managed to increase their work efficiency by 99% without compromising solution security or even increasing costs. In fact, with RMS, partner reduced fleet management costs significantly. And this was possible because RMS became the daily management tool for other maintenance parts, firmware upgrades, configuration changes, devices onboarding, and many other parts. What do you think about this story, about this real use case where RMS helped to save a lot of time for our partner? And of course, from what I just shown and talked, you might think that RMS just have few tricks in his sleeve. It's just a few nice tools which we are bringing. But I just talked about one tool and how it helped partner to improve his service. But if we look into RMS from big picture, look into all services it has, it's a way bigger platform. And from our use cases, from your use cases, RMS can be a configuration tool of our routers. It can be a resource sharing platform to give access to different kind of solution parts through one interface. It can be firmware over the air to deliver the firmwares to our devices, or work as a VPN server for secure communication between different devices. It can be an onboarding platform, and many, many more. As you can see that this list is not finite. So what RMS exactly is? To start from the basics, RMS is a cloud platform which we, as Teltonika Networks, are hosting in Amazon Web Servers. We have several locations where our partners can use RMS and benefit of it in their solutions. The RMS is a tool, is from ground up designed and developed by Teltonika Networks here in Lithuania. By being a developer of such platform, it gives us huge advantage because it allows us to react to our partner needs. It allows us to ensure top level of service, security, capabilities, and compatibility with Teltonika network devices. But if we would look into RMS from different perspective, from the essentially what system is designed for, fundamentally, it has two core parts. The first core part is, of course, to manage Teltonika network devices from A to Z, give secure access, configure them, monitor, and do whatever our partners want to do with their own devices. And the second part, aside of managing our devices, RMS is a tool which allows to establish secure and easy access to the end devices which are connected in the solution. And here we're talking about beyond Teltonika network devices. We're talking about those third-party devices which makes solution tick and provide all the benefits of your service, of your business. And by now, what is RMS? You might consider why integrate in our solution, why to choose RMS. And I can take, an hour talking about just the benefits of RMS. But I want to give a few key benefits which RMS brings straight out the box, comparing with other solutions, similar solutions. So if we will compare RMS with any other management solution, for Teltonika network device or other networking devices, RMS has an upper hand. It's a plug and play system. To start using RMS, you only have to provide three things. First, the internet connection to our router. Second is power to a device. And third, register your device to RMS. By ticking all these three boxes, you will receive full benefits of RMS from the first connection of device to the platform. It is the simplest and easiest way to manage Teltonika network devices from the day one. And of course, once the device becomes active in RMS, you immediately receive all its advantages, as I mentioned. And one of the advantages is, of course, 24/7 monitoring of the router or gateway performance. You're collecting the data you want to collect about device. Network status, Wi-Fi, location, other things. And on top of that, of all collected data, and of course, since you have all the tools to configure how often and what to collect, we are also giving you a 3-month history of every single parameter you are collecting in RMS. With such simple thing as historical data about device performance, you as a user are receiving a significant analysis tool to understand how individual device is behaving, understanding the location, the problems, if such is occurring over time. And the thing of plug and play ability plays a huge role in RMS. Remember, just a slide before, I mentioned that RMS allows to establish secure remote access to the third-party devices which are connected to our gateways and routers. Well, this is true with the plug and play ability. If the integrator installs the router in the system, connects all the cables, and there are in the network devices which can accept one or another remote communication to control, to manage those, RMS can easily give you an access to establish secure access to those third-party devices, to see what's happening, to monitor them, configure without the need of getting inside after initial installation. You will have all the possibilities from the single platform. And of course, we are also working, to provide as adaptable solution as possible for our partners. Our vision is to help RMS users to adapt RMS in the way that you don't have to contact us. You don't have to contact support. You don't have to contact R&D for tedious development. In RMS, we are giving you tools to add your own functions, to add your controls, and to see information you want to see about your devices. In this way, making the RMS closer to your business, closer to your solution, taking the most advantage as possible from this tool. And of course, I have to address an elephant in the room: security. Security is today's topic, where we're always hearing about that certain company was hacked, certain data was leaked. By hosting RMS in AWS, we know that we are using the best service provider in the whole world. On top of that, since we are tightly integrating our devices to RMS, we can provide highest security level for communication between Teltonika network devices in the field and the servers in the cloud. And on top of that, every single day, our internal cybersecurity team reminds us that security is not granted, and that we have to work hard to ensure that security and ensure security for our partners. And lastly, RMS does not require to have any public IP address for communication with our devices, to access them, to communicate with them, or in any manner of communication. You, as a partner, do not have to think how to have that communication. You can use just simple data SIM in a router, and we will have all the advantages of RMS in your solution. And to provide such benefits and to achieve all these values I just talked, RMS is separated in 5 main core parts: management, Teltonika Networks devices management and control from A to Z. Connect, all in one solution for accessing third-party devices directly from the RMS itself. VPN, an integrated VPN inside RMS, allowing to access remote devices with zero-touch configuration. Administration part, to get full control of users and resources in the account of yours, and everything is located in one place. Lastly, the API. I know and we know our partners have their own platforms, they have their own systems. API is here for you to take RMS and integrate into your solution, or just simply automate things via RMS. And don't be worried, I will not talk about all 5 core parts today. It will take another 2 hours. Today, my focus is for one single part: RMS management. Today, we'll focus how to manage Teltonika network devices by using RMS. And as I have already mentioned several slides back, RMS management part is created to control, monitor, and do anything you want with your Teltonika network devices when they are connected to RMS. RMS brings numerous advantages and simplifies fleet management, onboarding, controlling, monitoring, and you name it. It gives all the tools is required for our devices control. So of course, management out of RMS, how it looks. Today, I'm separating RMS management in few different parts. First part is security. And first and foremost, by using RMS, we can ensure as Teltonika Networks that communication between device and a server are always secure. We can vouch that all the bits that left router reach the destination in the server in the same orientation and integrity, and they are not affected. Can be trusted by us that by upgrading firmware, with using RMS, firmware will be pushed in the same condition, without alteration, without changes in the middle to your device. RMS gives the possibility to efficiently and easily manage hundreds of devices, firmware versions remotely. And on top of that, RMS is also compatible with custom firmware developed by using our SDK. Lastly, every single user action with devices, if you do configuration changes, establish remote communication, or doing anything else, is logged in RMS catalog. And this is possible, and this enables you to see every single change which was done with every device. And you don't have to worry that some rogue person which got into your system can do something malicious. You can always track back what was done, who was doing, and react ASAP. Also, RMS management gives tools for easy solutions onboarding. But, a fun story. Sometimes in my days of support, I talked with some engineers and we have joked with each other. We asked one each other, when you need a backup? And the answer is simple, when you don't have it. And to make this joke, irrelevant, in RMS, we created a tool to make such a situation pass. In RMS, you can easily enable automatic device configuration backupping and even versioning of that configuration, since RMS has the tools and capabilities to automatically and periodically pull working device backup file into cloud, save up to 10 different versions, and when the time comes and you have to restore out of order device, you just can't replace it like that. By having the possibility to onboard every new device and upload other device backup file even when the other device is offline, you can ensure and push the necessary configurations of all down device while into new one while it's in transit. In this case, by having periodic backups and possibility to push and schedule all backup upload to new device, it's a time of the past when you need to try to remember what was configured into device and waste precious time while restoring the service of solution. Of course, you're not bringing handgun to a fist fight. And there is sometimes a situation when you need to change just a one parameter for a device. So now pushing the whole back would be illogical to do because you can change the parts you don't want to change. In RMS, we're also covering that part. In RMS, we are giving a tool to change only specific part, be precise, and change that single firewall rule, to change that single parameter for Modbus or other part of our router. If you want to add or remove a configuration part in our Teltonika network device, you just use a multi-config tool and quickly scan what exists in device, perform a change, create a template, and distribute all these modifications through whole the fleet easy and efficiently with only few clicks. And in cases when your solution requires something custom to exist in our router, we're also covering you here. Just a few slides back, I mentioned about RMS adaptability. And here, the existence of the tool of RMS Task Manager allows you to upload the custom software, custom applications into router, configure them, and update via single place in the web browser, the RMS. With this single tool, we are allowing you to bring RMS closer to your solution and help you manage not only standard features of our router for our platform, but also manage the things which are vital for your solution. And lastly, when secure remote access to Teltonika Networks web user interface or command line interface is needed, you can trust RMS as well. With a single click of the button, RMS will create you a time-limited link to establish secure communication through our servers to devices in the field efficiently, easy, and on top of that, if you need it, easily shareable link. From here, RMS covers all your needs of device, storing, giving you a pillow if you fall or a device gets damaged, and giving the possibility to manage and configure whole solution. Another important thing of RMS is, of course, when you're configuring a device, is a one part, but you also have to monitor that device. And in regard of Teltonika device monitoring, you can trust RMS as well. That here you're receiving all the possibilities you can monitor about our devices. You can fully monitor its network status, mobile interface, wired interface, Wi-Fi, you name it. You can see your device location. In RMS, we have two methods how to set location of device. By using cell tower for devices without GPS, and for devices with GPS, we can give a precise device position periodically and even pull the historical data where the device was driving around in those mobile use cases when you need to know exact device position at selected time. Also, you're fully in control to know what's happening with your inputs and outputs, which are integrated in our router, and also monitor your Wi-Fi and hotspot usage. Know the users, know who is connected, and know how much data they are using. From all this data I just mentioned, RMS is able to create and generate reports, export the files, export the information to your own analysis tools, and give you the possibility to analyze and understand your solution. With simplifying of RMS alerts and automation, you can be always on top of your solution. You can always predict what is happening, and you can react to a situation quickly. And the automation part of this tool also gives a chance for the engineer. It gives additional time to perform a change automatically, to give engineer possibility to establish secure remote access and check what is happening with device and why the selected alarm was triggered for that specific device. And of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, and I already talked about certain parts, in RMS, we are also giving the possibility to construct the table, the dashboard with information it is most important for you, to make the system your own. For this, you can configure the dashboard and see only information which is important to you, to your engineers, and to your specific use case. Lastly, the RMS control. When we have all the possibilities of monitoring, onboarding, and security, RMS also gives the possibility to control device. And of course, what comes in mind first? For me, RMS gives you a possibility to pull an on-demand data updates. While RMS collects data automatically from device, so for all that status, network, location, inputs, outputs. In certain use case where data usage has to be limited and you just cannot pull data frequently enough, and you have to do it every 10 minutes or even less to save on data bill, operator still has a possibility to pull the exact data in real time about device and know what is happening with that specific device. Also, I want to remind about the password management tool, the password control tool, the password manager I talked at the beginning. With RMS, this tool enables you to go in various ways. The password manager allows you to change the password for all devices to the same one, or put the file and put your unique passwords for every selected device or selected devices groups, or just simply give a system instruction to generate random password for each individual device and provide you a report about what passwords those devices received from RMS. Of course, how without a possibility to reboot device remotely? Since sometimes this is the difference between stuck device and working device. And for the last part, I left my most favorite tool in RMS is the ability to create custom control commands directly from the RMS. This tool enables you, the RMS user and partner, to achieve anything you can imagine in our devices. If a command can be executed in our device command line interface, then it can be added to RMS and lifted up control from single device to multiple devices at the same time on the platform, where you can share such control with different people and give a custom tools to your solution to work more efficiently. With this tool alone, I personally see from the clients how they customized RMS and adapted it to work with their solution to help them onboard custom applications, control those applications, push the API controls to third-party devices. And you don't need to go to another platform. RMS gave all this thing in one place without the need of involving our R&D and continuing tedious and long development path. So I guess that by listening me, you saw the value of RMS management, which system can bring to your organization, to your solutions, and to your procedures. But before ending, to all benefits like cost effectiveness, plug and play, no public IP needed to use RMS, and of course, the stability of the platform, I want to add one big benefit for you. Teltonika Networks RMS can be tested free of charge by anyone. Even you now can go to Teltonika Network RMS page, register an account, and we have full access to all features from day one. And on top of that, good news for those who of you already have our devices, you can have 30 days free of charge to check all the features I today talked about our devices management. You can look into platform, test it, break it, understand it. And in case if you will not like it, while I doubt that, when you try it will be the case, you just can leave it and forget it. RMS does not require to enter any credit card or debit card information into the system. You don't have to worry if you go just for testing, we'll start charging you. It's not the case. You want to use RMS? Please contact our partners in your region to see all the licensing options. But if you want just to test system, do it freely without any strings attached and the worries. That is all I wanted to share with you today. Thank you for joining me. Make sure, to check our wiki page to learn more about Teltonika Networks RMS and our devices. Also, follow us on all the social media channels where you got your latest information. And at the end, I'm strongly suggest to subscribe to our newsletter. Once again, thank you